reason. I think that the story and the characters developed into this game of Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be the best ever it's been in Elder Scrolls. Now, this is obviously simple. You know, it might be very basic and it's a boring answer, but that's meant to happen in every game. That's the expectation. That's one of the things when they start off making games, that's one of the things they want to upgrade from the previous game. Make the characters more engaging, make the characters have more dialogue options, make it, you know, more tension, anything that's going to attract more players getting interested into the storyline. That's what's going to happen. Now, we want to make sure that happens in this game, which I think it's going to really happen. They've got examples to go off from The Witcher, and The Witcher had such in-depth side quests, such in-depth main story, characters. The whole universe in The Witcher was amazing. That game was incredible. You want to look at that type of game and realize, okay, this is what they did. Let's maybe put some into our game and in our world and do it our certain way. So you're not exactly copying, but like you want to do it in your own type of way, which will be amazing for the storyline. And for the Elder Scrolls super fans, we know that the characters in this game haven't really been that interesting. There hasn't really been many storylines that have been like, oh my god. There's been some like factions that have been really cool and have been fun to play at, but there's not really been like side quests or characters or even the main story that it's been like, oh, this story's amazing. It's just the game itself we really like, in the universe, being able to do whatever we want, and the modding industry. That's why we've loved this game. And this is where I feel like Elder Scrolls have missed the past few games they've released with the Elder Scrolls universe, as a Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Arena, Daggerfall. They've really missed the in-depth of storyness with the characters and the whole universe and the culture. You know, obviously, if it's going to be at Hammerfell, that's the home of the Red Guards, I really want to see them look at the culture, look into the lore of Hammerfell. What happens there? What certain factions are there? What type of clans there are there? Like, really go into depth about it so we can feel engaged with the location where we're at. Whereas in Skyrim, we felt engaged. You know, there's dragons there. You know, the orcs weren't too high there. There was only a few strongholds. There was a civil war going on with the Stormcloaks and the Imperials, which is a really cool thing. And I like that, but it can be better than that. Now, this Elder Scrolls 6 game, I think, with having the character development, the story even better, and the more engaging, this is going to be a decade type game. You know, Skyrim was definitely a decade type game, but it lacked the base game. The base game was only probably playable for like 5-6 years, and I felt like the game was kind of was not living up to the expectation of other games. And this is if you didn't download any mods. You know, obviously, if I played it now, because I love the franchise so much, I obviously love it. But for those new players that are coming in to play Skyrim or Oblivion or whatnot, they're not going to feel much traction to it, because there's other better games out there with better graphics, better stories to it, and they don't feel the love for it. You know, only with the people that started playing the game when it, you know, the first few years it came out, that's the people that are going to really enjoy it. Now, with that said, I think that this game can really live up to about a 7 to 8 year time period where it's going to be popping off, and it's the base game is going to be really, really good. So about 2035, I'm even hoping that this game, just the base game, can live up to those games that are coming out. Now, it could be like 2040 or 2045 or something. Whenever this game releases, we've got no idea. Now, moving on to a third one that I found that was very interesting, the dialogue. Now, I did briefly talk about it in my first topic, but I want to go into more depth about the dialogue. I really want the dialogue, your choices matter. Like a Detroit Become Human. Not exactly like that type of game. I really want that your responses matter. The actions you make matter to the story. If you choose one faction, you can't join the other faction. So if you join, let's say, with the Civil War, if you join the Stormcloaks, let's say you can't join the Imperial, like, you just don't want to be joining back and forth because it doesn't make too much sense. But that said, I really think that their dialogue's going to increase. They've seen it with a lot of games that how dialogue can twist and turn the story of the games, and they can engage audiences. You know, back in the day where there wasn't really many games that dialogue was a massive important thing. Now you see the dialogues is really increasing. the fourth topic is the exploration. We know exploration is probably the best thing about these games. This is why Elder Scrolls are so big. The exploration is amazing. You can just do whatever you want. You don't have to follow the main story. You do your tutorial, which might take about an hour to get done, maybe less depending on how long you take, and then you're out and you're free. And then you can do whatever you want. And that's what we want in the game. Like, you just go do whatever you want. In Skyrim, you don't actually have to see dragons. You know, you don't have to talk to the Jarl. You can just go do missions. You can join the Fighters Guild. And they won't know you're the Dragonborn. It's just crazy. This is one thing of the options that I liked in Skyrim, but I think they're going to improve that and step up another level on that, which is just going to be incredible for this universe. And the exploration and all that, you know, we've expected that there's going to be deserts, and deserts is going to be a very, very big thing, because from my knowledge, I don't think there has been deserts yet in Elder Scrolls. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another thing I like to talk about is bugs. Now, look, to be honest, as a bigger Oblivion fan here and Oblivion nerd, I found those bugs in those games very, very funny. And I actually kind of find Bethesda games with bugs in it quite funny. But this game, I really don't want there to be bugs, because it actually triggers the whole industry, and then Bethesda just get turned on the back. I really don't want Bethesda to be on their backhand, you know. Obviously, I did talk about in my previous video that why Bethesda are in serious trouble and stuff. But the thing is, though, I'm 50-50. I'm not biased on any side. I like to talk about as much on the good and the bad. I don't like to be, you know, oh yeah, praise this and all that, because I know Bethesda are not the good company. I know they're not the best company, but they've given us such a good universe. But the thing is, I know Todd Howard, he lies so many times and they cannot be trusted. And this is one of the most frustrating things about being an Elder Scrolls fan with this Bethesda company. But this is what we have to do. But the thing is, though, I'd like to give it a bit of praise. And I think, you know, this can be a really, really good thing for the game. If they do improve with less bugs and all that, then that would be great. If they do delay the game, let's say to 2027 or 2028, because there's still some unchanged fixes and the game turns out to be 100%, I'd be so happy. I'd be over the moon. Now, lastly, I'd like to talk about the modding industry. Now, I want Bethesda to give the option of creation mode at the start of the menu to everyone right at the start. I want the modding industry just to take over the game. Obviously, like I said, I want the base game, and I think the base game is going to be be able to play for 7 to 8 years. But I want people that love the modding industry to come into it early so they feel engaged, because I feel like with Skyrim, it took a while for the modding industry to start going, because, you know, a lot of people were still coming in, not many ideas were flowing, then it started going. And this is where I really, really want to see it improve. Obviously, modding right from the start, people being able to change how they look, change the settings of it, and then they'll be able to see. Obviously, the base game itself, I know it's going to be way better than how Skyrim and Oblivion were. It's going to be more playable than any of them. But I think this is going to be an awesome thing to it, that we're going to have to allow and unlock the access to giving them freedom to do what they want. Now, I know a lot of the modding people are saying, do not give us the modding creation mode yet, because we want to actually experience the base game itself for a good 6 to maybe a year long, so we can actually, you know, have ideas flowing. But I think it's a good idea to get the modding industry out sooner than later. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that it wasn't the best and most cleanest video of me speaking. I was just kind of bringing my own opinion, but I hope you guys appreciated, you know, me sharing my opinion. Let me know down below what you guys think and what you would like to see and why you think Elder Scrolls 6 can be better than Skyrim. Now, obviously, you know, with all that being said and done, I think that is really, really tough for Elder Scrolls 6 to be better than the Skyrim. But I do actually have good faith that it could be better, but I don't know. It's a big ask. So let me know down below in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video in the Elder Scrolls universe. So see you later, you companions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.